Hello guys, welcome back to NFT Inspo. For today's video, here I'm going to show you how to use Miro board for beginners. So if you're interested, let's start a tutorial. So you might be new to Miro here and you want to immediately have the expertise on how to actually use it. Well, first thing that we need to do here is we need to have an account. So you could go to Miro.com, just click on the sign up button at the top right here and just follow the steps to sign up. Now, whenever you sign up on your first Miro account here, they might ask you to actually start the whole process of choosing like a template for your board here. But as you can see right now, I'm already in my board here and I am using a template here. Now in this case, I'll be showing you the different tools that you could actually use here, like the basics ones that you could use, but there are going to be a lot of apps and tools that you could use here, which is something really cool in Miro. But in this case, how do we start using it? So whenever you have a new board in Miro, this is the first thing you'll see. It's quite empty here, but the great thing about Miro here is they actually have templates that you can choose from. Now the left panel here, this is where your tools are going to be located. Now, whenever you click on templates, you should be able to see different templates here. Now, each template has its own use. Like we have the brain writing here, visual table, the scamper, sticky note packs, swim lane diagram, timeline, and a lot more. Now, in this case, I actually choose the brain writing here. So let's just go back into our previous board. Now, in this case, you might be wondering, hey, it's not centered here. How do I move around my board? Well, what you need to do is you just need to press on the space key or bar on your keyboard and your mouse would actually change. So let's just click on this one. Just press and hold on your space key. And as you can see, I'm now able to move it around. In this case, you need to left click on your board first before you could do this. As you can see, I'm grabbing my board here and I am able to move it around. Now, the other tools that you can use here is going to be the select tool here. Now, select tool is a great way for you to position different elements like shapes, arrows, or even sticky notes around in your board. As you can see, I can move this around here. And the great thing about the select tool is I can just basically select that and other options will be available to me. Like for example, changing the font style, font size, the font style, alignment, and even insert links if I want to. Now, depending on the elements that you'll be selecting here, different elements or properties would appear here. Like for sticky notes, these are going to be properties that will be appearing in here. Now, if you choose the text here, you'll have the capability of adding text to it. Like for example, I just added this one. So I just want to say hello. And as you can see, I can even change the font, the size, the font style, alignment, and a lot more. Now, if you want to basically keep this in one place, you could choose the lock option here. And once you click on it, as you can see, I'm not able to move it around. Now, in this case, for you to unlock this, just click on long press to unlock this section. And as you can see, it's now unlocked. And I can now move it around again. Now, in this case, you can even resize it if you want to. And as you can see right now. Now, in this case, if you want to add a sticky note, you could use the sticky note option here. And you can choose the color of the sticky note that you want to use. For example, I want to use this one. So let's go ahead and press and hold on it and drag it into our board. I can resize it, add text if I want to, change the font size if I want to as well, and the color as well. Now, if you want to add shapes, you could use the shapes option here and choose the shape that you want. Now, these are going to be the basic shapes, but you could choose all shapes here to view all the shapes that is available here. Now, you also have the connection line here, which is a great way for you to start connecting different shapes or even just pointing something out. Like, for example, I want to use this one. So I could just basically click on one section here and just point it to another section here, as you can see right now. Now, in this case, whenever you select it again, you can just press on the delete or the space or backspace button on your keyboard to delete that. Now, same thing for other elements here. You just press on backspace to delete that specific element. Now, if you want to add a pen, like for example, you want to draw something, you can choose the pen tool here. And if you want to erase it, as you can see, different tools will appear here. You can even erase it. So whenever you do that, as you can see, I'm able to erase that. If you want to add highlighter, this is how you do it. And use the other tools here as well. Now, in this case, I want to delete this one. So go choose delete. And if you want to add comments on your specific elements here, you could just choose a comment here. As you can see, I'm able to add a comment. Now, if you want to add frames, the frames is a great way for you to basically customize or in short term is to basically organize your content. Because later on, I'll be showing you how to actually present different text here or your board here, the different ways to actually present that. Now, in this case, we also have the option for diagram shapes. Now, if you're familiar with workflows or diagrams, this is where you'll be able to see the advanced shapes that is available. Like for example, for flowchart, this is how it. These are the shapes that is available. You could even apply colors if you want to. We have the AWS callouts, UML, VMware, Azure, BPMN, Salesforce, and a lot more, which is something really handy because sometimes some of the shapes available for different platforms or softwares that are commonly used would have different shapes for them, but in this case they already have it in Miro. Now in this case, once you've done that, you could just basically create your shapes here and voila. Now if you click on more apps, there are going to be a lot of apps that you could upload use here, but obviously there's going to be too much of apps for you to use here. But in this case, I would suggest first to actually start using the basic ones first before moving on to the advanced one. But in this case, once you've edited your board here, how do you start presenting? Well, presenting is pretty easy. At the top right of the screen, you could just click on present here, and as you can see, I'm now presenting my whole screen. Now, a great way for you to share your presentation in different manners, like for example, let's go and click on stop presentation. As you can see, if you click on the drop down here, we have board, frames, activities, and talk track. Now in this case, this presentation actually has their own uses. So if you choose a board here, it's going to actually present the whole board here. Doesn't matter if you have frames or whatnot. So you could add or move selected items. Like for example, I'm going to move a specific section here, and as you can see, I'm able to move it around. Now if you want to expand a frame, you could just use the expansion here and basically zoom in again, zoom out if you want to. But in this case, it's going to click on stop. Now the great thing about Miro here is you could actually add different frames here. So I'm going to add a different frame, which is frame 2. Just going to add a short sticky note here. So maybe I'm going to add a violet one. So let's go ahead and add it to center. And from here, whenever you press on the drop down next to present and choose frames here, it's first going to present it as frame 1. Now in this case, it's like a slide, so whenever you click on the next frame here, it's going to show the frame 2, which is a great way for you to organize. Now it has the same functionality as you would on any presentation you have on Miro. So for example, let you select here, I can move different elements. I can move it at the top right here, even erase some stuff if I want to, even draw things if I want to, add sticky notes further. So it's a great way for you to present to your students. So let's go and hit on the stop presentation. As you can see, any changes that you make on Miro or on your presentation will be reflected whenever you stop presenting. So make sure to save some of the board or aspects here, so do not delete anything that you need later on for other classes. But in this case, that's how you use or start using Miro, and that's about it. So hopefully this video was able to help you. Like and subscribe to NFT Inspo. Thank you for watching.